What's the name?
Okay.
All right. So peace. We back.
We're back.
We back.
Hey,
We back.
did you miss us?
Now see if you can put that in there.
Oh, I put the link already in the True Live 2 page. It's there.
Okay.
Can you put it?
It's here now too.
Oh,
well,
okay.
that's for the what's name to get it on there.
Right, to join us.
Mm-hmm.
Come back, come back, come back. We said we had a technical difficulty. We're all resolved. Problem fixed. Now we're ready. We're ready.
We ready to go.
We are really, really ready this time.
Yeah. So, if you hear, let us know you hear.
Send a peace sign, a wave, a emoji, a hi, something. You can even just put one letter, a random letter. Just let us know that you're here, that you're watching, that you are attentive. Hey, Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
And Bobby Simmons.
Mr. Simmons, y'all are here. Appreciate that because we know you here now.
Yes.
Hey, what you say? Whoever else is here, because I know Miss Parker and Mr. Simmons didn't make 6. So I know just wave, just a wave. Let me see.
Just a wave, a random letter or number, a hi.
Mm-hmm.
Something. Let us know you're watching, you're tuning in, you're ready, you're engaged, you're focused. Is this current? It is, Josh. This is right now. Like we're live right now. We are live right now. Like right now.
Right now. There it is. Okay, we good to go. We good.
We are good.
All right. So anybody want to join can join.
Link.
Facebook user said like this. Peace, Mr. Mitchell is in the building. That's Rashida Unique. She says she's here. She is in the house.
June is in on our True Live. I can't get
True
it right.
Live 2.
The True Live True.
The True Live 2.
True Live 2.
Okay, we on.
Why can't I get it right, y'all? I'm going to get it right. I am.
Yep, we got it right.
7 viewers. Hey, who all is joining us today?
All right.
We got Mr. Mitchell, waiting in our waiting room
in the queue. We're going to bring you on
to pop in and talk about this here topic. We got Josh and Miss Parker and Bobby Simmons.
And
we got June and Rashidi.
Okay, we're about to get down to business.
It's going to be a good conversation.
30 seconds and we on and popping. Our black men protecting black women emotionally,
y'all.
And let's not let it be a secret anymore, y'all. Come on down, let us know you here.
Yeah.
We
need to know. Josh. Okay. Oh, okay, because there's
been some deception tonight.
Huh? I'm almost afraid to ask you to elaborate. There was no deception. We actually had some technical difficulties. So we started off going live, but we had to end that in order to resolve our technical difficulties. And we are back again. So don't go defrauding our name and making it appear as though something fishy is going on. No, we just had some technical difficulties.
That's all. And we back now and we ready to go.
We are.
We ready to go. I said 30 seconds, so that's up. Time is up. Let's get a sip of this water and we gone.
Let's go.
It's gone.
Are black men protecting black women emotionally?
What y'all say?
What do y'all say? Because we all know y'all some strong, you all, the black man race is a very strong and competent race. But are you lacking emotionally?
Right. No. That's not the topic. The topic is are black men protecting black women emotionally? Not are we lacking emotionally?
You just don't like the way I put it, but I said what the fuck I said, right?
We got to keep this straight, y'all.
Are y'all?
Mr. Mitchell, I know you at work, so give us your spiel real quick. Are black men, yes or no, are black men
protecting black women emotionally?
I'm tripping. I got to edit the sign here. Are black women?
Well, I can't speak for black men as a whole, but let me put it this way. We are all of an age that we know what we're supposed to do. Whether we're doing it or not, that's kind of subjective. You would actually that would be a question for a woman and then for a man to elaborate on.
Are you protecting black women emotionally?
Yes.
Are you doing your part?
I am.
What are you doing?
And
Emotionally.
I take great pride in from the way I was when I was younger to the way I am now. I take great pride in that. And the one thing that, let me put it like this: if you stay solid, you don't have to worry about it being your fault if shit go bad. So I stay solid in every aspect of my relationship.
What are the aspects?
Right, that's subjective. Physically, emotionally.
Let's stick with emotional. And what does that mean to you?
Right.
What does it mean to protect a black woman?
How are you as a black man protecting black women, whether it be one or many, emotionally?
Yeah. You.
Number one, I value her. And number two, people have been an alpha male confused with being abusive. I think some people make that distinction. You can be an alpha male without being aggressive, without being pushy, without being, in order to protect, number one, you got to protect her heart. Number two, you got to protect her, physically protect her. You have to make her feel protected in your presence from danger. I mean, this is so subjective. I mean, it's so much to go into this. It's like one person could talk all day on this subject.
Okay. That's peace.
That's peace.
Anybody else say anything about black men protecting black women emotionally or not? Or do anybody else want to come speak on it?
Right. Does anyone have an opinion per se as to if you believe or don't believe that black men are protecting black women emotionally?
Right. And stay tuned because we're going to take a twist in this conversation in 20 minutes.
We are. But first, Bobby Simmons says, I can't speak for all men, but for myself, I think that I try by listening, massage, give positive feedback. I'm assuming that meant message, because massaging ain't protecting us emotionally.
Hey, that's
physically.
He took the left turn quick, didn't he? Hey, Mr. Simmons said, like this, I'm taking my left turn right now.
I'll take a massage, but a massage is physical.
Mr. Simmons took that turn quick. He's like, man, we gonna get there now. Hey, we're gonna get there right now. I love it.
You driving this bus, huh?
Real talk.
All right.
Listening
is definitely key.
So is that?
But does listening equate to protection? Think about that.
I know my answer.
I know what you're. I got a feeling. We did not rehearse this, by the way. So I just, knowing my brother over the years, I could pretty much gauge where his head is. But I'm asking you guys: does listening equate to protection?
Wait, hold on. I put this on screen. Go ahead.
Heck no, it's a massage, not a
message. Massage, exactly. See, that's what
Bobby Simmons massages are physical. It's not emotional. I could go to a massage parlor and not be emotionally connected to anything, but that my physical presence feels it.
Let me add on to that though. when you give the massage, right, from the man to the woman, right? I don't know what you feel from the woman to the man, but when you give the massage from the man to the woman, that woman's energy, you are pulling that energy in a direction straight to you to protect her from all the stuff that
I
she
see the
might
way
have
you.
going on.
I see the way you twist that. Nice,
But
nice.
to answer your question, Queen Ice, to answer your question,
What question?
I
Which one?
think listening is you have to be able to listen in order to you have to be able to listen in order to understand how to protect your woman emotionally. If you're not listening to her, you're not going to be able to. I mean, you're not going to know what to do and how to do it because every woman is different. You can't do for one what may work for another. You have to get to know that specific woman individually.
Oh, that brings on a good question. I got a question. You got a question for that?
No,
I got a question for that.
go ahead with your question.
I'm wondering. So, if you say that, do you start over with a new foundation for every relationship you try to get in?
You
Come
have
on,
to.
think up, Josh.
You have to start with a new foundation because every woman is different. Just like I'm different than every other man that she was with. You can't go into a relationship with preconceived notions of how it's going to go and using the same thing. You have to learn that person individually.
Okay, because I was gonna say I gotta anytime I lay a question out there, just believe that it's a booby trap. Because if you start, big bro, if you start over every time when she asks you what you about, what do you tell her?
Well, the thing is that I'm still the same person.
That's
I'm
exactly
learning her.
right.
I'm still the same person. I'm not gonna change from person to person. I'm gonna be the same person that I always been.
So do
But I
you?
have to learn her because I have to learn her behavior, her patterns, and her emotions, her likes, dislikes, all that.
So
Because they may be different from the last person I was with.
it will be different, but so that means the foundation is already laid.
Yeah, my foundation, yes.
Okay, cool. Because that's where we was going.
All right.
That's where we was going, Miss Parker.
I appreciate and can certainly understand where you're coming from with the listening aspect. To that, I would add that listening is a component of protection. However, it does not equate protection. When you think about protection, you think about the word protect. And what does the word protect mean?
Cover.
It means to prevent or cover or shelter one from harm or injury.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Your listening skills does not do that. Although you do need listening skills, valid listening skills, in order to better understand what type of a protection
She may need.
Right.
But
Well, that was the point I was trying to make.
Okay. I'll
that's
ask you the
valid.
question next time.
That's peace, huh?
I'll ask you the question next time.
Oh, okay.
Miss Parker, what's up?
Hey, Miss Parker.
Oh, hey,
See your face today. This is a rarity.
Mm-hmm. What you say, Miss Parker?
most men aren't emotionally there for women.
All right, and explain that. Give us some
So,
depth.
because whenever a woman cut up or have a fit, the first thing to come out of man's mouth, you so emotional.
Which means he doesn't understand her emotions,
Doesn't
right?
understand her and her emotions.
Mm. And that's probably where the listening component comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Women don't necessarily speak to be heard. We're speaking so that you can hear the emotions behind what we're saying sometimes.
So you can feel
So if I'm angry because you didn't wash the dishes, there's an emotional component behind that you're just not getting. It's not about the dishes.
it. Right.
It really isn't.
I'm gonna bring Josh on, and then I'm gonna ask a question after Josh give his initial spiel.
All right, Josh.
That's peace. That's peace, Miss Parker.
Thank you, Miss Parker.
Brother Jay, you in the building? Can you hear us, Brother Jay?
Joshua, easy.
Jay Easy.
Jay
you in the building?
Easy.
He's stuck. He looked like he froze right
Speaker for there you go.
here. Jay Easy, can you
All
hear
right,
us?
we
Can
see
you
your
hear us, Jay
face.
Easy?
He's
Freezing.
stuck.
You freezing, Jay Easy.
Hmm.
I'm gonna take you out and bring you back in because it seems like your Wi-Fi is up.
Yeah. You might be having some Wi-Fi connection issues, Mr. Easy. So go on ahead and pop out and pop back in. But let's carry on with this discussion, right?
Okay.
What do you feel about what I said?
Huh?
What do you feel about what she said?
No, I'm not gonna give you that yet. That's too easy. Hey, Miss Parker, you know that's just a little bit too easy for me. But I'm gonna ask this question though.
You know what? No, let me tell you something. Let me put you in your place right now. Ever. As long as you a black man, send me that bullshit again.
Which yes, you don't like you don't like Mr.
Mr.
Hold on.
Let Go.
We're gonna get there.
We're gonna get to that in a
we-
minute.
We're gonna get there. Don't get there yet. Don't get there too soon.
Get you.
I know you gonna don't get there too soon. Hold on one second. Hold on. Jay Easy, can you hear us? His Wi-Fi not working right.
Jay Easy, you might have to go to a different Wi-Fi spot or something.
Yeah.
Hold
Jay
on,
Easy,
y'all.
can you hear us, Jay Easy?
I ain't going nowhere, y'all.
I hope not.
Yeah. Give us a sec.
We can't hear you, Easy. Can't hear you.
I
at
got
all.
his mute mic. Hold on.
I
hold on.
can hear you.
I got you. I had the mic muted because you was stuck for a minute. Jay Easy.
Man, I'm out here in these boondocks, out here in the rural area of Texas. I'm
Okay.
supposed to be working, but you know how black people go. When we go on break, we go on break.
Oh, you on break?
You on break?
We gotta hurry up.
I
and get
made a
your-
break.
10 minutes of your time.
Well,
huh?
we gotta hurry up and get your spiel on what you say about this topic.
Are black men protecting black women emotionally?
Yeah, give us your spiel
Why
on that
or why
real
not?
quick
Yes
before you go.
or
gotta
no?
go.
And why or why not?
I don't like to be categorized with other black men because I've made my own faults as a man.
Okay, let's make
And
this. Let's
the
make
faults
this,
I've made as a man can't be compared to the faults of another man and vice versa. My
let's
opinion is
Jay. Just let's make it easy and just make it about you then.
Are you, as a black man, protecting
I
black
try.
emotionally?
I try.
Spill it. Talk.
And when I say I try, like when I'm in a relationship, I don't just pray for me, I'm praying for you too. Because if you're protecting a woman, it starts on a spiritual level. It's not just an emotional thing, it starts on a spiritual level. So that's praying over her, praying for her throughout your day, praying for y'all's situation to evolve and progress, praying through the good and the bad times. The rest comes after that. Because emotionally, if you praying for her, emotionally things gonna come and go, but it's gonna always remain the same. So you protecting her emotionally, like Mr. Mitchell said, you appreciating her, the value that she brings to you, you appreciating the woman that she is. If that's, to me, emotionally, that's what you're doing. There's no stress, no drama. It's gonna be some ups and downs in any situation, but when you emotionally protecting a woman, you taking into consideration, 1, what she's been through, 2, what she's in right now, and 3, where she's trying to go. And that's me. That's the way my head works.
Are you putting spiritual and emotional together?
No, but no, but you can't have.
You freezing. Stay right there. You good.
We can
you
see
good.
you now. All
I
right.
said no, but you can't have one without the other.
Okay.
You can't protect
know.
somebody emotionally without being spiritual.
Nah, you can't.
Give us a why on that one.
Say it again.
Give us a why on that one.
You got to repeat the whole question.
Why do you feel that way? Why do you feel like you can't have one without the other?
Because when you think of the emotions you go through in a relationship, a lot of times in a relationship, I was always told it's 3 people involved in every relationship: man, woman, God. So emotionally, if I'm myself and dealing with something emotionally that I might not want to put upon my woman's plate, Father, even before I put it on my woman's plate. If I feel like she's emotionally stable to handle it, even before I take it there, Father.
Question.
Because for the simple fact, emotionally, my emotions come from him. David was a man after God's own heart. Jesus showed emotion when he cleaned the temple, cleaned the merchants out the temple.
Question.
You know, so emotionally, I am of him.
Question for you. Do you got any friends that you would give any advice to?
Yeah.
Okay. What if
Leave the ratchets alone?
Hold on. Let me ask you. What if I'm your friend and I'm an atheist? And what advice would you give me then? Because Father don't play into my life.
Right.
But it's your friend.
That's tough because I would honestly say I would just keep bringing the word to you. You can show me your proof why you don't believe in God, and I'm gonna show you my proof. We're gonna let them equate, and where they don't equate, I'm gonna show you where my faith is stronger. What I've seen, not just what I've read in the Bible, but what I've seen with my own eyes when it comes to my faith and building up my faith. I got a mom that survived cancer twice in a 10-year period. The first time they gave her 4 months, the second time they gave her 2. And she's still here, still standing. I was at death's door myself. I got the scars on the back of my head from the staples from a beer bottle busting my skull open. I died for 5 minutes in an ambulance. So you can't tell me, you know, like when I meet people that's atheists, it's kind of hard for me because I try to respect everybody, what they believe in, how they choose to live their life. I try to give everybody that due respect, but I know what I've seen. I'm not your common Christian at the same time, though, because for the simple fact, I know the deception of man and how man has taken the Bible and warped it and to use it as a weapon against society. So I know about the Nicene Council and the Creed and how they crafted the Bible and plotted it to make Jesus this and that. I've read my Quran. I know what Brother Muhammad has said. I know what Brother Muhammad's teaching. So when I meet an atheist, it's like, okay, you can tell me why you don't believe in God. You can even tell me we're descended from aliens. You can even tell me aliens beat the pyramid. I don't know none of that, but I'm gonna tell you what I do know, what I have seen. I'm gonna tell you about my homeboy I seen get a whole clip emptied at him and not one bullet touched him. You know, I'm gonna tell you about how I've seen the kindness in people that God has put into people and how it's worked. I'm gonna tell you about that.
Okay, that's peace. So
Okay.
with that said, I won't even get into the religion.
Let me say this real quick because I gotta go.
Okay. Peace,
But-
Kev. Peace, Mr. LA. Peace, LA. Peace, Kev. Go ahead.
What you just saw between me and Josh was two different people, two different foundations, as you would say, to achieve the same goal. Does it make one wrong and one right? You see what I'm saying? That's the individuality of everything that we're talking about. There is no script for what we're talking about.
It's hereditary.
We're all of the age that we all know what we're supposed to do in relationships. We know what we're supposed to do.
Listen, that's pops. That's right. No,
It's hereditary. Salute, OG.
Right. That's peace.
I mean, I grew up, I don't disrespect nobody's.
Hold
Josh,
that
hold on.
Hold that thought.
We got a comment here.
We're gonna stick with it. One second. We're back. Kev said, OP's finesse said, how can I protect you if you don't listen? 1 second, don't answer that yet. Experience.
Hey, yeah, I gotta go, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Thank you for joining, Mr. Mitchell.
Peace, Mr. Mitchell. We'll talk to you later. Jump back in if you can. So,
The experience.
before you give your spiel, experience, Mr. Mitchell, Kev said, how can I protect you if you don't listen?
Well, first I want the experience to share with us her take on the topic. Are Black men protecting Black women emotionally? If yes, explain why. If no, please give us examples.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm coming.
All right. While we're
I
waiting,
can give you
on
an
it,
example of one black man that's not protecting a black woman.
let me hear.
Blueface, baby.
That's not true. He's protect. See, here's the thing that
Emotional
I
is
think
totally different than a lot of
than
you know,
physical. Listen,
yeah, I haven't heard anything
let me
emotional yet.
let me make this very uniform for you guys, especially you, Josh, and Mr. Mitchell. When we say are black men protecting black women, we're
I get
not
my story before you
isolating
say that?
it to just in a romantic relationship. Are you protecting your mothers, your sisters, your aunts, your grandmothers outside of the romantic relationship you have with a woman?
And the romance too.
Well, let me ask you this.
Hold on, hold that thought, because we need to get these hits off. 1 second.
Go ahead.
We'll get there. We're gonna get there. We're trying to wait for the experience to give her a spiel, and then I'm gonna give my spiel. And then June got something to say over here.
I see June done wrote us a paragraph.
I love it. We about to put that on the screen.
How can I protect you if you don't listen, though? I got a whole lot to say about that. You're not listening, but we're gonna keep it right there until the experience joins us.
Yeah, stay with us. Stay with us. There she
I'm
go.
here trying to get my life together. Been waiting to get on all day.
All right, now you came on and you left.
You came on and left. Right back out. Wi-Fi issues tonight.
She froze.
Yes,
They
you
both
did.
froze up.
What's going on down in the South? Because we got
Yeah.
Texas that's been
Can you hear me?
spotted, and now we got Atlanta.
Storm.
No.
What's going on down there? The Mother Nature ain't doing y'all a number in?
We can hear you.
I don't know.
There you go. You back. Okay, come on, let's do it. Experience. It's on you.
Can you hear me? Cause y'all keep going in and out.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, trying to get my
Oh,
life.
you're good.
I'm trying to put you on, get on the laptop, but I gotta wait for it to load. Okay, so my experience, I didn't have a very strong opinion about whether black men protect black women emotionally, because it's another one of them things you can't brush over with a broad stroke. Some do, some don't. In my personal space, I don't always feel like the men in my personal space protect me emotionally. And most times I think that's because we strong, or we put up this, we strong because we have to be, not always because we want to be.
Yeah.
And when we proceed that way, people don't always feel like they need to be soft with us, or, you know, check in and see how we doing emotionally, because on the outside we looking like we carry it well.
Yes.
So I think in my personal space, they let me take on too much. Sometimes stuff that I shouldn't be dealing with. But also, I will cop to say that I'm open and transparent, but at the same time, I'm private. So the problem comes in, sometimes they don't know what I need because I don't express it.
And they're not asking.
And they're
You know,
not
I think that is a huge problem with the emotional aspect of why I feel that as a whole, Black men are not protecting Black women emotionally. It's just as simple as you asking the appropriate questions in order to understand us, so that you can hear both through words and through our nonverbal communication what's wrong, what we need. You're not doing that.
Let me give a spill on it too.
That's right.
First, Mr. Perry, we talking about our Black men protecting Black women emotionally. And we're going to get to the question that Kev put up, and we're going to spill what June put up too. But I'm going to give this one, because just with my ears, I haven't heard anything about protecting a woman emotionally tonight.
Right.
no matter from who, right? But I'm gonna say it like this: black men today would protect black women emotionally, but a lot of black women get into so many different challenges early on in life, in particular coming through their teenage years,
Anything.
early 20s. You can't hear us? You frozen too. So step out and come back in.
I'm gonna try to go out and come back
All
in
right.
too.
So let me put this back up here for y'all, for her, y'all. 1 second.
All right, go ahead,
Okay,
brother.
so what I'm seeing is that I see that a lot of black women, they go through a lot of different challenges early on when they in their late teens, early 20s, even sometimes in their 30s. And then when they do that, right? They forget or they don't want to anymore pour into someone. Being able to protect a black man, being able to protect a black woman emotionally is his ability to take what she pours into him and let her know that she's okay with him. If she's in his space, he's able to take care of things. He's able to take care of her so she don't have to cry all the time, or she don't have to
Yes.
feel like she's in fear of anything, or she don't have to be afraid to step out into the world because she know he's right there. You know, he's
Right.
going to be the one that's protecting her no matter what. But a lot of black women today cannot don't do not they stay so private, like you said. They stay so private because of some of the challenges that they went through. Now
Right.
the barrier is knocking down a couple of them walls of them challenges that were put up. And that's the hard part. And when a lot of times we got to think about this, like this, one of the things that I like to say in particular, I tell women this, is that I don't want to pay for what somebody else did.
Right.
But in order for me not to pay for what another man did, you got to put it on the table what you feeling like. And if you feeling like that, then I can take it and guard it and give you back what is coming out of me. I can't
Right.
protect you if you
Speak,
don't.
Reverend.
Huh?
But born, in order for you not to pay for what another man did, you need not say that stepping into no relationship.
I need not say what.
I don't want to pay for what another man did to you.
Yeah, you got to say that because
Don't. No, you don't. Not to us, you don't, because we don't want to hear that.
well, it depends on. Hold on, you got to.
Don't nobody want to hear that coming from no man. Don't blame me for what the other man did to you. First off, you on the wrong foot already, brother. You
Some
starting
women tell you the same
Hold on.
thing, though.
starting
Some women will say the same thing,
What,
just
I'm-
in different words.
telling you, young man. Don't no woman want to hear that.
wait, hold on one second.
Don't-
First of all, I didn't say I'm the one to say it.
AJ.
But I'm just
Because
women do not want to hear that.
Okay, just because you don't want to hear it, don't mean it's not necessary to be said.
Okay, off the rip, men think because
One second,
a woman through something,
oh, wait, 1 second.
they ain't like that.
Let's go back and forth. Just because you don't want to hear it, don't mean it's not necessary to be said, right? And the reason that it is necessary to be said is because it's a difference between starting a relationship with a woman at the age of 20 and starting a relationship with a woman at the age of 40, right? A woman at the age of 40 probably done went through more things than a woman at the age of 20.
Not necessarily.
No. Hold on. We listening to be understood, not to be heard.
Right.
Right. So you got to check this out. Like you said, not necessarily, but that 20-year gap can put a whole lot of different things on somebody's back, as opposed to a 20-year-old that just came out the house, jumped off the porch. So we got to be real about this.
Right.
You might not want to hear that I don't want to pay for another man's actions, but the truth is you should not try to make me pay for another man's actions. The last guy you dealt with probably didn't bring no food in the house, right? Well, you ain't got to treat me like I didn't bring any food in the house. I'm bringing it. I'm doing all of this. Don't treat me like that without me making a mistake and forgetting to bring the food in the house. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying. So we always got to listen to be understood, not just heard. So we might not want to hear the stuff. I might not want to hear my lady telling me some crazy stuff, right? But it's the truth. So I need to hear it. And I need to understand what she's saying.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about, being able to pour in and take it and receive it. And then what am I going to do with what she said to me, or what is she going to do with what I said to her?
Right.
You know, is she going to go take it to you and say, you know what, Miss Parker, he on some old punk shit, he on some old square shit, right? No, she ain't gonna say that because she understand that what I do with her, it's got to be coveted. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep this within us, and we got to be able to protect us. So what the world is against us, not us. We can't be against
Right.
each other in the same house.
Absolutely.
So this is
not.
how we do. We got to start protecting that on the emotional side. We
Mhm,
got to start protecting because you know I'm there physically,
mhm.
right?
Right.
On the emotional side, what do I say to her? How do I receive when she say her sister dogged her out? How do I receive that? That's what she got to be able to understand.
Right.
That I can take it and I can understand what a sibling disturbance is.
Right.
Bless you.
Everybody don't know how to do that.
Right.
So we got to be able to do that. So that's my spiel on it. That's just a part of my spiel. I got
Right.
more.
That's
I'm a
peace.
limited.
That's peace. That's real peace. Like,
But
I approach it from a very broad perspective because I see so often in the world, more specifically in the United States, where Black men become detached emotionally from Black women and some of the emotional plights that they're dealing with. So outside of relationships, right? You see a woman who has just lost her child. Most often, another Black woman will console her, will give her that emotional support that she needs in order to cross those bridges that she's going to have to cross dealing with the loss of a child. But a Black man is one of the last to reach out and give that emotional support, if he does at all.
and possibly because he don't know how. Right. And so that's another thing too. We got to be able to know how. That's one of the things like Josh said, like one of the things I take from Josh. That's why I asked you that question about the atheist, Josh.
Mhm.
And Mr. Mitchell as well. I asked him that comeback question too, because it's about knowing how to reach out to somebody,
Right.
right? So am I afraid to reach out to Jay Easy? Or am I
Right.
afraid to reach out to Mr. Mitchell? So I can get that lesson. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to reach out to them and then they're gonna bash me.
Right.
What, you a punk? You know, I don't got that time, that kind of talk. You know what I'm saying? So we be able to reach out to like you and you be able to do. You want to say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's when you reach out, and a lot of times, and this has happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you reach out and you want to open up, and this goes on both sides of the street.
Mhm.
I think a lot of times it's the feedback that we've received in the past or in the feedback we've received from that individual that
Mhm.
make us not want to open up and reach out. A lot of times, I agree with you. You know, sometimes it got to be stated from the beginning. This is not what I want. But when you listening and not hearing, it's more understood. And then what's being said is reciprocated and is mentally noted down. So when a woman tells me I just came out of an abusive relationship, most men gonna be like, oh, okay. And it's in one ear and out the other.
Right. Because
A
it doesn't
real man that's listening to her when she says, hey, I just came out of an abusive relationship, he's taking that note like, damn, what?
I
For
need to
real?
handle this woman differently.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Being able to be able to know that she can pour in from that type of situation.
Right.
Right.
Facts.
Without being judged you know, poorly or saying, okay, yeah, I'm a dogger too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We gotta leave that alone. But let me ask y'all this real quick though.
I got a question as a follow-up to that little piece. If you met a woman, she told you she just got out of an abusive relationship and you interested, would you tell her that to chill, like to take some time to heal for herself, and then when she good, y'all can reconnect?
Mm-mm.
Or do you try to fix her?
Who you talking to?
She asking all the men.
You talking to me?
Oh,
Just
anybody.
men in general, like, is that a red flag when somebody tells
No.
you, I've just been
If that's a red flag for a man, he's very petty and shallow. Because if anything, first of all, and again, I'm not trying to tie this back to religion, but that's just my mind frame. Like,
Answer her first question first. Answer the first question she asked first.
do I back off?
No, she said, do you tell her to chill for a minute and get some time, get the healing herself? or do you tell her to come with you?
No, it's just no.
No,
I'm
which
not
one?
gonna do either. I'm just gonna let the pace be the pace. I'm not gonna force nothing on her. I'm not gonna rush her into nothing because at the end of the day, she's showing that she wants to move on. It may be a false sense of wanting to move on, but she's showing. I'm at the same time, I'm not spearheading, yeah, this is what we finna do. I'm the one for you. No, I'm chilling.
With
Me,
me.
myself, and I'm chilling. I'm
Okay.
not trying to put her in no relationship.
Okay.
When she's ready for that, she's ready for that.
Should be ready.
And
Okay.
I'm asking because Warren said earlier he don't want to pay for what somebody else did.
Wait, let me
But
ask,
that's anybody though.
let me
Right.
answer this too, experience.
Mhm.
Let me answer this too. So she going to therapy. A lot of people go to therapy these days, right? What is a
Mhm.
relationship? Right? A relationship is about the highest level of therapy that you can get.
Amen.
Right? So when you meet somebody, right, and between you and her, if she met you or you met her, and y'all decide to go to get together, hang out, whatever
vibe
y'all
is
decide to
right.
do, the vibe is right. Y'all decide to start talking, right?
Mhm.
When she tell you that, right, what is the therapy? The therapy is her being able to pour into me and know that I'm not gonna do that with her. That's what the therapy is. And so that's in my case, I would say, no, I'm not telling her to take some time and chill. I
Right.
mean, if it was yesterday, different story. She shouldn't be looking for a relationship, probably.
Right.
But if it's the last relationship and the last relationship was a year ago, that's a big difference. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So, because I don't believe in a woman or anybody for that matter jumping into a relationship. She was just in a relationship last month. Now she's jumping into another one. I don't believe in that. So,
Right.
if the time is 6 months, a year, whatever it is, no, I'm not telling her to chill. Come chill with me. I'm gonna show
Right.
you how this goes.
Because you're gonna be her healing process. You're
Exactly.
gonna
I'm the
help her.
therapist.
That is that
And
emotional
that's
support you'll need.
that's kind of what I meant because I shouldn't. I feel like if you just came out of that relationship, one, you shouldn't be, But if it's been some time and you feel like in your own heart and mind that you ready to move forward and you ready to jump back out there, and I'm the one you picking,
Mhm.
I'm the one you picking. All right, we gonna take it slow though, because the last thing I want to do is put up a red flag in your face that makes you think. The last dude I was talking to was pushy like this, and the next, he pushed my head into the mirror.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
I'm not that guy. I was 8 years old. I saw my mama get hit.
Yeah. Hey man, are you laying down at work, man?
Hey, chill. Shh.
He
What you
says,
got doing? Okay. Hey, let me
Hey,
ask.
I done came back here in this second grade classroom. I'm in their little library nook book area.
Hey,
I got Dr. Seuss on one side and Cat in the Hat on the other. You feel me?
do what you do. Hey, I got a question for the experience in Miss Parker, right?
before you get off with that question, let me
It's
also.
the same question right here. I
No,
just
I'm
want to
just gonna welcome Winter Storm
peace,
and Keith
peace.
D. McDaniel. Thank
Keith,
you
big
for joining.
bro in the building.
You still don't know the topic, JJ. The topic is: are Black men protecting Black women emotionally?
And that's Black is in the universal family, and you are part of that.
That's right.
You are part of that, definitely. Oh, she's definitely a part of that. So let me ask the question to just the women right here. Kev asked a great question. How can a man protect you if you do not listen to him?
How can a man protect you if he don't hear you?
How can a man protect you if I don't listen? Well, it's all about what you're saying. And sometimes not saying anything at all is enough for me to want to either pour into you or fall back.
Mhm.
So it's not about it. Your perception of what I'm listening to or not listening to is a miscommunication in itself. You need to communicate. If you feel that you're saying something and I'm not listening, which then warrants you to pull back that protection emotionally, then you're not communicating effectively with me.
Okay, that's peace. All right. June said, I would say high level Black men aren't protecting Black women emotionally based upon the definition shared earlier: protect and cover. there's been a shift in dynamics, and we've come to a point where some women carry the mentality of being independent and don't really want the protection or covering, just want the idea of it.
Mm.
Oh, that's heavy.
I appreciate that little tidbit. As a woman who is hyper independent, super independent, I still want that emotional protection. That is something that I can hold greater than any financial protection you can give me. If you're able to emotionally support me in ways that nobody else can.
Let me ask this though. Let me add on to June's question. If a woman, right? If a woman is independent, this is just for the women. If a woman is independent, in particular financially, and she's been getting it on for a few years on her own, is she willing to open up and pour into a man, right, who she does not deem worthy based on finances? Because a lot of women deal with finances these days as one of their bars to try to get to for a man to try to get to her.
Requisite.
Yeah, but I say the bar because it's a ladder rung. So if that is the truth, if that's the soul, like a woman might say she's making $100,000 a year, the man has to make as much as her, right? But you never hear a man say, I'm making $100,000 a year. The woman got to make as much as me, right? So do you change the game by letting the finances be a prerequisite, like Josh said, a rung on the ladder to being able to deal with you? Do you change how you divulge information emotionally to the guy that might be trying to get with you or has gotten with you recently?
So this actually crosses over a previous conversation we had about finances and women and men, right? We had this conversation before. And I have always stood firm that I'm not looking at your financial stability as a means to date you, right?
Okay.
Even though I am very super independent.
LJ, peace.
I'm looking for someone who can complement my life and who we can grow together and build with. And if that means that I need to build you up to a financial status that I'm comfortable with, I'm okay with doing that. I've said that before.
Can I ask a question before you finish this?
Go ahead.
I got a question, and this is totally off topic.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
It's got
you going off topic? We did. Okay, go ahead.
No, only reason why is because I got the experience, Miss Parker and Queen Ice sitting in my face, and Winter Storm, JJ, and all the rest sitting on the side.
LJ Moore just joined us.
Peace. So we're looking at the women here. For the women, why does a man have to make a certain dollar amount to deal with you?
I can't answer that.
You don't
because that standard does not follow.
He made me sit up.
That standard.
No. What about y'all?
I done rose up out of my bed.
Out your bed.
Dollar amount, the experience?
I can only speak to my own experience.
I'm only asking you.
That has not been my experience. Where
would you deal with somebody that only makes $20,000 a year?
I did. I did. I was married to
somebody that only make $20,000 a year.
We've had this conversation, and I told you
I was
I
married
was
to
okay
him.
with that.
I've been the breadwinner in my relationship, the primary breadwinner the whole time. Because even when he could contribute, I still made more.
Okay.
So, the problem in my experience was that men, I think y'all intrinsically feel worth when y'all are providing.
Exactly.
And so
wait, stop, pause.
Whoa, that's deep.
Pause. So that you okay, you got that one, but the reason why you got that one is because when you hear people talk about what a man is to a woman,
They always say provider, protector.
well,
Yeah.
there you go. So, but go keep going, because that's
Okay.
a part.
And I think the reason they say provider and protector is all historical,
It is.
you know,
It is.
because historically men
Provide.
protected and provided.
Right.
Period. It was no other way to be. The women did
If I
women
may,
things and the
if I
men
may,
did
Miss
men
Experience,
things.
I think in today's society, you have so many men who, and I did use quotations, who have a misconception of or a blurred line where you're providing and your cash gets you the woman. And that messes it up all around the board. It's a centrifugal effect because for the simple fact, you got a lot of men who feel like because they got money, they can go out there and get any woman in the world. Their money is kind of like what we talked about last week. You living off your means.
Got a question.
Whereas a man is out here providing that rent, those groceries, that gas money. If your lash is off track, the lash is getting done too. Daycare bill, if I ain't paying for no BBL, but I could provide. I've been the man of my house since I was 8 years old.
Comment in the comment section.
Did you? Okay. You just said that many men get that twisted. But then you said they out here.
Some, not all, but some. And I say this just from seeing what I see.
Let me ask a question based off of your quotations.
And just for the record, I didn't finish the answer.
Okay,
damn, the glare on my head.
I got a question though. I got a question for just based off the quotations. And anybody in the room, I want to. Should we do these comments before we do that? Or
Yeah, let's do the comments because that one is huge.
But I got a question, so don't let me forget that based off of the quotations.
Based off the quotations, I got you.
So Mr. Perry says, wait, I gotta check something now. Okay. Mr. Perry says we talk about what we don't do for each other, black men, black women. What needs to happen is the learning to do things for each other. We do not know what to do. Oh, I got the thing. Oh, my bad. We are relatively new people to this because of the breakdown of our family system. So it ends up in an argument because a lot of us have not been or seen what protection of each other looks like. Remember, Mr. Perry, you said the same thing because I said something similar. I said we don't know how, and that's true. And then Kev also said that's true about the emotional. We just catching up on the what's names.
I still don't know the topic. I told you, JJ.
And that was a minute back. So
yeah.
That was a minute back. So we got that. And she said, okay. And then somebody said music soul child. Music. Dennis said music soul.
How to love. Yep.
Teach me how to love.
Okay. Miss Winter Storm said, hey. I'm going through them real quick and then we'll get right back on it. Miss Winter Storm said define protect. Okay, that's cool. We'll get there.
I am definitely with you, Tina. It depends what the conversation is all about, JJ.
Yeah. Winter Storm said most women do not choose to be independent. Women are forced to be independent.
Yes.
That's what Experience said earlier in Queen Ice.
Point in case, Wendy Williams.
Okay. That's kind of a funny point, but okay. Okay.
Now they do, huh?
Now they do. Okay. Keith said,
how can I speak on here? Keith, if you want to show your face and actually speak live, please come over to our YouTube channel. And there is a link in the comment section for you to click on to join in the live discussion. Otherwise, feel free to type in your comments in the comment section. We'll read them out loud.
Right. Kev said, if you don't have your woman mentality, would you the relationship? If you don't have your woman mentally, would you the relationship not going to last? That's peace. That's peace. Winter Storm said equally yoked. That's a little different for this discussion. Got to get to that, Winter Storm. You got to tell us about that. I can answer. Okay. Then,
Devonna.
peace, Devonna. We didn't even know you was in the
Right. We
building.
didn't even know you popped in. Who said that?
Who said that? Okay, we got to get to where we at. We give us a little lowdown on who said that. Because
What specifically are you referring to, Devonna? Bro, that's the question.
Okay, that's peace. Y'all got to forgive us. We start talking too much, and we get into these comments a little later. So come back and give us all the stuff, the information on what we were speaking about.
Right. Quick question. Can independence and the
John.
need for protection coexist at the same time? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I heard something this week that I thought was so dope. And it was somebody giving somebody advice about how to protect their woman.
Mhm.
And they said because he wanted to go off, he felt the dude was disrespecting his lady. And she was like, you could be a knight and pull out your sword and act a fool. He said, or you could be a king and just have her back and support her.
Yes.
Because she's an independent woman. So she really feels like she knows how to handle her business on her own. But then to turn over your shoulder and see that your dude right there and he got your back and he ain't gonna let nothing happen,
Right.
even if you handle it on your own,
Yes.
that's protection. That's emotional support. That's not him overstepping just because he's your man, feeling like you gotta fight the battle.
Right. Overshadowing. It's letting you know with his presence that emotionally he's got your back.
He got you.
Okay, but
and trust that you can handle it. But if you need him, he right there.
Right. But a lot of times after that, after those cases, and I'm just speaking hypothetically, after those cases, I'm not saying all the time, the woman would use that and say, well, you didn't say this or that to that person, because that even though she can handle herself, the thought process in the back of her, the subliminal thought process back of her head is, you should be handling this when it's another man. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm just saying over time.
It just depends.
It all depends.
I mean, and both could be true because there's a argument that say women should never argue with men or men should never argue with women. Right. So if a man says something to me that I take some kind of way, my man would probably handle that.
Right.
But
there's independent a woman sometimes will reach to the man and say, baby, I got this.
I
got this. Let me handle this.
That's different.
Or like in my particular scenario, it was business. I'm an entrepreneur and I had a business beef. I can't call my man personally to come handle a business situation because that'll ruin my reputation as a businesswoman. So I had to handle it and let him support me.
That's peace. You want to read Mr. Simmons?
Bobby Simmons said, I understood the question, but it seems that all the men that have given their opinions, the women, female ladies have shot down the men's responses. So please tell me or us what y'all think it should be. What do you mean by it? What it should be as far as defining what emotional support is for us? Defining what emotional support is for us, I think the experience definitely explained it profoundly. It's you being there emotionally, especially when we need you, or at least knowing that you're there for us when we need you emotionally. Financially, as independent women, we tend to have that covered. You know what I mean? Like we've been independent for so long that even if we become codependent on your finances, if for any reason whatsoever that happens to fall through, we can still pick up the pieces because we know how. We're not at a loss. But sometimes we're at a complete loss emotionally, and we may pour into a man and expect some type of empathy or sympathy in return. But I have to be honest in saying that sometimes we get met with blank stares or comments like, well, what did you expect for me to say? Or what did you want me to do?
Everybody's not knowledgeable on how to deal though.
That's right.
That's the problem.
But you know what? body language, facial expression, and nonverbal communication will teach you the most about somebody.
Right.
If
It
you
will
care
teach
to
you the
pay
most about
attention.
somebody, especially on an emotional level, a mental level. It will teach you the most about somebody. So if you've been talking to somebody for or dating somebody, I should say, or courting, however you want to put it. Down here, we say courting. So if you've been courting somebody for 6, 7 months and you don't know them emotionally, that means you haven't paid the slightest hint, slightest idea to a squint of an eye, a tap of a foot, a shrug of a shoulder, a subtle sigh, anything like that.
Right.
You have to be able to read that person not just by what they're saying, not just by what they do, but what they don't say and what they don't do.
Right.
Because oftentimes, an open mouth will tell you the first thing you feel like you want to hear.
Right.
But
And
that body
sometimes you open
language
mouth
and
might
that
translate what they want you to hear incorrectly. So, for example, I gave the example of the dishes, right? So you come in, I expected for you as my mate to have the dishes cleaned, and they're not clean. So now I'm coming in ranting and raving. My issue may not have been the dishes.
Mhm.
It is up to you as the man to say, baby, how was your day?
Mhm.
You seem to have a lot of emotions going on behind your words. I need to understand it.
Okay.
I need to understand where this is coming from, because it's not simply about the dishes.
Mhm.
There has been times in the past where you've come home and dishes haven't been done and you have not acted in this rage. So I need to understand you. And men sometimes don't know how to have that conversation or say exactly what it is that that I've just said. Instead, you see a woman that's mad over some dishes and you tune her out. You're shutting down all of what she's spewing or pouring into you emotionally. You're not trying to hear that.
True indeed. True indeed.
And one of the other pieces to what you're saying, Tina, like let's just say, for instance, following that example, your issue may be you don't feel supported at home. You go to work all day, you come home, and you feel like everything's still on your shoulders, and you got your dude there, and you like, you don't help me. And obviously, that wouldn't have been the first time you ever had that conversation. But if the
Right.
dude is thinking, like, man, that's not a big deal. It's gonna get done eventually. Why you tripping? And they dismiss the fact that you feeling like you're not being
Mhm.
supported at home. They are never gonna get to the place where they so when they dismiss you, they are dismissing your emotions about it
Emotions.
too.
Yes.
So they are not supporting you emotionally because they feel like what's bothering you is not important.
Right. Because all they hear at that point is your words, and your words
Mhm.
are spewing about dishes when in fact
That's what I know.
you have some emotional turmoil within,
Mhm.
and he's not trying to figure that out.
I'm not picking it up.
He's not
Right.
picking it up. Men have to understand that women need you most emotionally in times of frustration and in times of trauma.
Mhm.
Okay. And if you can't be there for me in times of frustration or trauma, then that's where the disconnect is. And that's where we as women as a whole feel that men are disconnected emotionally and aren't giving us the support that we need emotionally. You're not protecting me. I'm frustrated. The last thing I need is for you to tune me out. The last thing I need as a woman is for you to not protect my
Ignore me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. That's peace. I like that. Hey, Mr. Kev said men need to feel needed.
They do.
Yep. Winter Storm said,
hair, nails, and groceries is not protecting. You're absolutely right.
and not providing as
It's
well.
definitely not providing.
And
So Dennis said, add God in your relationship and watch understanding grow properly. This is what Josh was just saying earlier. There are principles that are skipped in so many relationships, and reading any scripture of the Bible or any other religious text can and will surely help.
that's peace. I'm gonna ask the same question to Mr. Perry that I asked to Josh. If you were giving advice to one of your friends and that friend happens to be an atheist and did not believe in God, it did not have God anywhere near their life, what would your advice be?
Find principles that they agree with, because principles are always going to work, and it's not about God. That's why no matter how different the religion is, the
Yes.
principles are the same. So
Right.
find out where you can find the principles that work for you, and implement them. It don't matter where they come from. If they're the same principle, it'll work the same.
So in this case, are you the experience or are you Mr. Perry?
Oh, my bad. I didn't know you were specifying. I thought the floor was open to all. My bad.
I
Yeah,
can tell
she's
you
not a
that.
mister. She's
She's
not a
far
mister.
from a mister.
No, no, the floor wasn't open on that one. Some questions are definitely directed at men,
Targeted.
and some are
Sorry.
straight to women.
Yes.
Here's one though. Go for it. That's Mrs. JJ.
JJ said, it's like me. I was in a relationship where I was abused physically, mentally, and emotionally. So it's hard for me to open up to a man. I did a few years ago after I left the relationship, and it didn't go well at all. I still don't have that type of trust yet, and it sucks.
Oh, that dude.
It definitely sucks.
Yeah.
Because especially when you've been abused emotionally, physically, and mentally, like you've been abused in every facet of life, and that abuse came from a man. So it's going to be very hard for you to trust a man again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna take some time.
I mean, it is. It's gonna be very hard, but at the same time, you know, it's gonna take a strong man himself. That individual she got with after that bad relationship, he himself probably was emotionally unstable and broken.
Right.
Hold that
So he
thought.
didn't know how to deal with it.
Hold that thought, Josh, because we got to get back to you with that question. But
Well, you
Mr.
holding on to that question tough.
He is.
Yeah.
The quotations.
Yeah, because we got see, this thing is serious here, man.
It
So
is.
we gotta know right now. I want Miss Parker to answer this too. I wanted to answer, but Mr. Simmons said, "Thank you, Queen, to experience those answers." Thank you, Queen, and the experience. Those answers, examples were beautifully stated. And JJ said yes, and Mr. Perry said,
I have no advice for a non-believer in God. He's no friend of mine.
"Okay." So,
Oh, so how is he a believer of God? Ooh.
Well, I mean,
yeah, that's a
Mr.
heavy one.
Perry,
I'm just saying because Jesus hung with murderers. Jesus was friends with prostitutes and thieves and tax collectors.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm not here to judge. Judge
Right,
ye, lest he be judged.
We're gonna keep the religion out of it. I just want to know that
Right.
question from him. So
yeah, I think that's a good answer, Mr. Perry. But
That's
to
a
that,
great
I
answer.
say, does religion come up in every conversation that you've established with a friend or someone that you would consider to be a friend? Is that a topic that you discuss?
mhm.
Because that's, that would be interesting to know if you form your friendships based on that as a foundational question.
Mhm. And if anybody want to come on to the show, you can be added too. We still got 7 spots available. We got 7 spots available.
Yeah,
Anybody
so
can come on. Mr. McDaniel, come
Keith,
on down.
come on down.
Mr. Simmons, come on down.
We got Roz who popped in. I'm not sure if she's still watching. We also have Tony,
Peace.
aka Sunshine,
Sunshine,
who joined us. So
Joined
thank you
us.
so much.
Roz, peace. I like that. Question for the room. So here's the question that I was holding back, and I wanted to know because Jay Easy put in quotation marks when he said men,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I want to see if we can reach a popular consensus on what the difference is between a man and a boy. So what say you on what's a man and what's a boy?
we talking mentally. What's a man? What's a boy?
Whatever you can define it as.
Hey, just keep it short, and then we're gonna go around the circle.
See, that's how I know my ass talk too much.
No, I like that though. I like it because you give him some good input. So keep
Right.
going. Well,
What's a man and what's a boy? A man, like ladies been saying all night, a man, you can pour into him, and sooner than later, what you've been pouring in, you're gonna see it seep out. I'm not gonna say you're gonna see it run out You're gonna see it flow. You're gonna see it seep because it's gonna take time for him to harness it, learn what he's dealing with, utilize it, and project it back to you.
That's
A
peace.
boy, it's just gonna flow into him. You're gonna pour it into him, and it's gonna sink. It's gonna sink. It's gonna sink, and pretty soon he gonna sink to the point where he's not even paying attention to the dumb shit he's doing. It's just everything is everything. She mad, oh well. She'll get over it. Babe, you want me to go get you something to eat? You know, a boy doesn't learn from his mistakes in any aspect of life.
That's peace.
A boy looks for somebody to bail him out those mistakes, whereas
That's
a man is learning
That's-
and pushing it.
All right. Peace, Miss Hennon. Peace. We see you in the building. Miss Parker, talk to us. Man
The
or boy?
difference between the man and the boy.
Miss Parker.
A man, like they said, is a provider, a protector, has empathy for people, sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I want to make a point on, like when Sis said, there's a lot of independent women. Indeed. And if I can pour something into you to uplift you, then that's good. Okay. That's how Sis feels, but that ain't how I feel. If we ain't coming up together, baby, you not no man. I'm not here to uplift you. I'm gonna rise with you. You did.
Mm.
It's some things you can teach me, and it's something I can teach you. I don't care if you work at McDonald's and I'm a surgeon.
Okay.
I'm no better than you. And I'm not coming to you like I'm gonna pour something into you to uplift you.
Okay.
We coming up together.
Mm.
Man, it's something you can come up with. A boy just shut you down. This what it's gonna be. This what we gonna do, and that's it.
Okay. That's peace.
Compromising.
Facts.
Experience. You're in the building. It's on you.
Difference between a boy and a man.
I think a man, I think a man, growth is not easy for any of us, but I think a man is someone who is acquainted with words like accountability, responsibility, emotional maturity, empathy. I think a man is,
That's exactly that.
he understands what it means to be confident, vulnerable, strong. It's so many things that go into making a mature man. And to Ms. Parker's point and to Tina's point earlier, I think the place that I'm in my life, I agree with Ms. Parker. I would never do that again. Wait for a man to catch up or pour what I got into him to try to let him catch up. That ain't never gonna happen again. If you ain't got it when you meet me, we ain't gonna have it. And that hurts my feelings because generally I'm not that type of person, and I usually see beyond what somebody has and invite them in if they just that good quality, genuine person, and I figure we could come up together.
Yeah.
But after you have wasted 25 years, you ain't got no time to grow no man up.
Mm.
So now this is what I'm gonna inject before I let Queen say.
Let me answer this because
And I got 2%. I'm going to try to find a charger. So go ahead, talk. I'm gonna try to find a charger.
I'm 78. Let's go.
between a man and a boy
Yeah.
is
Mhm.
real simple for me.
Me too.
It's two words that separates the two, but they're intertwined. Selflessness and selfishness.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that balance, knowing how to walk that balance, right?
That's
That's
it.
the real
That's
key.
It's
That's
a
it.
thin line.
That's
As
deep.
long as I find a charger, I'll be back.
All right.
I'm a piggyback. It's been ringing in my head all day about the difference between a man and a boy, and this is way before Jay Easy said anything. But the difference between a man and boy is exactly I'm gonna piggyback off of the experience, and it's the responsibilities that a man has that a boy don't have. The accountability that a man takes that a boy doesn't take, right? So when we say that somebody dealing with a guy that it doesn't happen to be a full man, then the guy that they dealing with does not know how to take accountability for that woman's emotions and take those emotions into his. Because see, this is one thing that I don't like with men and women relationship, black man, black woman relationship. A lot of times we stay divided, and it's only supposed to be one. I mean, we talked about this on plenty of shows.
Yes.
It's only supposed to be one. It's a unit. The moment that we get together, you don't have a house. We have a house.
Right.
Yep.
You don't have a car. We got a car. We doing what we do. We all doing it together. So that means that we are not divided at that point.
Right.
And a lot of women don't know how to take that, and a lot of men don't know how to take it. They don't know how to.
But you know what? Pardon my interruption, but that goes back to statements made by myself and others earlier through the night. It's only supposed to be 3 people in a relationship. You got so many people that want to turn. Keisha want to turn to Tina when Ray ain't doing right. Ray running over there to Mike cause Keisha ain't doing right.
We have had
everybody got if when you got so many different opinions involved in one situation and you ain't shitting when they eat, it messes up the dynamics of the situation.
We have that conversation. We've had that
on multiple occasions.
Multiples. And it's and that's that thing, because we had the thing about cheating. And that was one of the ways that a person can cheat, you know. But go back to this. That's Dennis.
Yeah, so Dennis said knowledge and ignorance is the difference between any human. The reason why I say selflessness and selfishness is because we all know that boys think about themselves and themselves only. It's always about that from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to sleep. Well, any and every move that they make on this earth is all with an intent to
please themselves.
Whereas a man, from the moment that man wakes up to the moment that man falls asleep, that selflessness causes him to think about everyone else around him before he thinks about himself.
Well, that's the same thing though with you know, when you look at boys, right? Boys or young people, in this case, we're talking about boys. But one thing with boys are wild. Boys don't care if the guy, if it's 10 guys outside with guns, the boy's still running out there.
Yes.
The man is gonna have a sense of diplomacy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Not that he's a punk, but he's a little bit more aware. He has a family, he has children that need him to support their interests. Yes. So he ain't just gonna run out there. That's one of the big differences too.
Yes.
Man should be more mature.
He owns up to his responsibilities. This question is loaded.
It's very loaded.
Very loaded.
That's why I like these type of short questions. Can bring on a lot of stuff. We still haven't seen you, Mr. McDaniel. If you want to come on with it. Mr. Mitchell, we got a question for you, and we're gonna leave the floor to Mr. Mitchell.
I've been listening.
Okay, we got the question for you then. Answer to us.
The difference between a boy and a man.
The difference between a boy and a man.
Yeah, that's why I had back on, because I heard that question. The one thing that you made my point, you made one of my points that I was going to say, boy.
Peace.
One of the things that in a lot of our conversations that we have on these lives is too much I, me, and not enough us and we.
Yeah.
A man knows the difference between I and me and us and we. This is us now. This is us. This is not you and me. It's us. We are one unit. A man is strong enough to do it on his own, but he's also strong enough to know that his woman benefits him in the process. I'm like, you know, I've been through something, and I'm not gonna rehash it. Y'all know my situation with the stabbing and all that shit, and the way my wife left me. But I am still strong enough to admit that my woman enhances me, and I hope that I enhance her. We we are trying to get here. We can only do that together as one. If we pulling at each other, we're not gonna make it. So it takes a strong man to understand that his woman is his backbone.
Facts.
She is my spine. I can't stand up without her.
Okay, that's peace. That's
It's us and we, not you and me. And
So
I can't stress that enough.
now you make me have a
You know,
question.
guys try to. I get called. I'll put something about loving a woman on Facebook, and guys will call me a simp and all kinds of stuff. I'd be like, for loving a woman, for loving my woman. You know that kind of stuff don't faze me, man. It's beyond me how guys think that way, but they do.
Question for you then, from what you just said. It's a good question. I want to hear this. This is strictly to you. This is to you. Okay, you said your woman is your spine. Do you not have one without a woman?
That's what I just said. That was the first thing I said. He knows he's strong enough to do it on his own, but he also knows that his woman enhances him.
No, I'm talking about the spine.
Once you're in a relationship, you said this yourself just a minute ago.
No, we're
It's
talking about the spine.
us and we. It's not you and me no more. We got one house, one, you know.
Yeah, we talking about the spine part though, just the spine part.
Right. That's what I say. Yeah, like I said, he's strong enough to do it on his own, but he knows that his woman enhances him. That's why I say she is my spine. She tells me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. Now, I'll tell you that for a fact.
I'll leave it there.
You know, and sometimes your woman has to guide you because you'll go astray. She has to bring you back on point.
Okay.
That happens.
That's peace. That's peace. Hey, let me read these two comments, and then I want to take a left turn. 1 second.
Yes.
Well,
Go ahead. Read
Okay.
the comments and then let's take this left turn.
Mr. McDaniel said, "Brother, I am taking all this in." That's peace. That's peace, KL.
I appreciate it.
That's peace. Mr. Simmons said,
Born Power, this question helps you case with the movie Baby Boy. So, do you women treat your sons like a boy? It all depends. I have 3 sons. Technically, I have 4. I raised 4, but each of them have their own personalities and they have learned and grown at different paces in life. So sometimes I have to revert back to treating one of my sons like a boy, whereas sometimes I can treat him like a man. It just all depends on the circumstances. It all depends on our interaction. But to be quite frank, I don't consider them to be men except for in their own separate relationship. But with their relationship with me, they're always going to be my boys.
They're going to be the
always.
boys.
They're going to always be my babies. And I think as men, I hate to say it, but when you become grown men, sometimes that motherly figure that you need, that woman, that mother in your life falls back to allow you to step into your own shoes of being a man. But you do need that consistent love and support and nourishment that a mother can still pour into her son.
That's peace. Okay, so with that said, the experience has come back.
Hey, experience, and this twist and turn is geared all for you, honey.
And Miss Parker.
And Miss Parker.
So we're going to share a clip that caused a lot of controversy between the 4 of us in particular. And I want to see where this clip goes. And I got some very good add-ons to it. Simmons said, Queen, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go over to this clip. I'm going to share this clip with y'all real quick, and then we'll have that discussion. 1 second. Stay with us. Stay with us. Stay with us. Share screen. Damn. Which one is it?
Yeah, I
This one.
think. Oh, yeah, it is. There you go.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep, ready.
I wanted to their world and how much unconditional love their kids give them. I wanted that for myself. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be cared about. I wanted to love somebody. And so I went and had a baby. I wanted a baby. That's that. I only ever planned for having a baby. I didn't plan on that baby growing up and going to elementary school or going to college and being an adult. I did not even plan for any of that. The second lesson that I learned is that they eventually grow up. They do not stay babies forever. Y'all got it. I just want y'all to know y'all got it. I'm a terrible mom. He with his dad. His dad. Y'all said send him to his daddy. He is with his daddy. And I'll be going to therapy. I'm about to get myself a 1-bedroom apartment. And I'm gonna live my fucking life, bro. I see Shorty every other weekend and we can do some fun. We can have the most fun world. But that's all I got for him is a good time 4 days out of the month. That's all I got for him now. Maybe a couple FaceTimes and phone conversations throughout the week, but that's it. Y'all was right. And I'm so glad that y'all helped me resolve my issues. I'm so glad y'all helped me come to the realization that I am a terrible mother and that I don't need my son. He does need to be with his dad, and that's where he's finna be. I'm ready to start traveling the world. I am definitely about to take my ass to some therapy, and I'm about to embrace my newfound freedom.
I don't know if y'all know this, but this woman.
All right. I want to play the whole thing, but I can't play the whole thing because it's 7 minutes. So I don't want to waste y'all time on it. But we had a problem about what he said to her as a response to her. And y'all went hard in the comments. And that's like my little brother. Right? Experience, you there? Okay, you there.
She's shaking her head.
I'm gonna tell you where things got misconstrued at. Right? Well, first of all, y'all didn't like that video, right?
At all.
Is that correct, Miss Parker? Miss the Experience?
She said, hell no.
What about you, Queen? The Experience? Experience is stuck. Okay, cool. She'll come back in. But so y'all didn't like the video, right?
Oh no.
Y'all didn't like what he said about single mothers.
Right.
Right.
I ain't like what she was saying either.
Right.
But okay, so that's good. That's I like
Right.
that, Miss Parker. That's peace. Because a lot of times we skip over what the woman says. But the woman is why he said what he said. So he wasn't speaking to the single mother that was like my mother. He wasn't speaking to the single mother who, other people said they was raised by. He was speaking to the single mother who said that she wanted the baby so that she could have something that loves her. She wanted the baby because she wanted the baby. She didn't want a baby to grow to be a child, a toddler, a child, adolescent, adult. She didn't want that. He was speaking towards that type of woman. I know women that had babies so that they can have love, so that they can have something to love and something to love them. I know some women that also had babies so that the man could possibly stay with them, right? I know women like this. So those are the single mothers that he was speaking to. He wasn't speaking to all single mothers. We got to use our context clues on this one. He was speaking to the single mother that had a child that only wanted a baby, that did not want the baby that was going to grow up and then be a burden to her. That's who he was speaking to. What say y'all?
Can't hear you, Experience. No, we can't hear you, honey. She said, dang it. Still can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Can you hear us?
She can hear us.
Hold on. Let me mute your mic and unmute it. Let me see. Mute. Unmute.
Now speak. No, Can't hear you.
No, go off and come back in. Yeah, go out, come back in. Miss Parker, you got something to say about that?
You know I do.
I know you do. Come on.
Please.
It was like when I first said, I'm like, she weird and he an idiot.
Yes.
Because he wasn't saying it the way he not saying it the way you saying it now. You trying to clean the shit up. But I'm gonna tell you exactly. I'm gonna tell you exactly how he was saying it.
Yes.
Single mother, you need to give your child to the father. Who the fuck is you? Who raised you? What kind of mother did you have? All single mothers aren't bad mothers. He was saying all single mothers are bad mothers. I knew exactly what the hell he was saying.
You know why he said that?
You single mothers. He said you single mothers.
You know why he
speaking
said
towards
that?
Single mothers.
He said you. We
Miss
can
Parker.
continue it on.
Miss Parker, this man, if you've ever watched any other videos of his,
leave experience and come back.
He has an issue with his own mother.
Exactly. He got an issue with his own mother. I saw the other video. I saw the other video when he was talking. I said, this man is a complete idiot. Who raised him?
He is.
Whoever raised him on that video right there, he was talking right.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. If you believe that, you confused.
I gotta ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You and you.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask both of y'all a question right now.
Ask me.
If a woman told you that she had a baby so that something could love her and she didn't want it after it being a baby, what would you tell her?
Listen,
I would tell her you an idiot. I wouldn't say what he said, that all single mothers need to give their child to their pappy. That's what he said.
I have a whole different spin on that. So
he said all single mothers need to give their children to their father.
He did. But listen, so if I had a single mother come to me and tell me the reason why she had a child was because she wanted something to love her back, that's the opportunity, the doorway for anybody, male or female, to begin to educate this woman and also to help her heal emotionally. Where was his emotional support for her? Instead, he encouraged the bullshit.
Can you take the time?
Yes.
Can you wait 1 second? Can you take the time? What we've seen in the last 1 second, what we've just seen in the last 10 years, we just said in the last decade, the sawbuck that we just went through, the last 10 years of our existence. Can you take the time with the woman that is emotionally distraught for whatever reason that needs to have something love her? Can you take the time with her until she gets right, knowing that in the last 10 years, we've seen a lot of women kill their babies?
Yes.
You can't, because then what if she killed a baby?
No, that's part of her healing process.
What if she
you
kills
have to
the
help
baby?
her to understand. Nobody's saying that she was in the right frame of mind to raise a child, saying that.
That's why I'm saying, can you take that time?
Yes.
Educate?
Is worthy of her taking that time, because
No, not
at
her.
the end of the day,
you take the time.
Absolutely.
To educate her.
I
what
would
if she
do
go home
that.
and kill the baby?
I would do that for the sake of her child. Now, again, I'm still standing on the fact that should she have been raising a child with that mentality? Absolutely not.
Exactly.
But is she now not worthy ever to become and learn to become a decent mother to her child?
No.
Her child deserves that.
No, we didn't say that now.
Okay, so again, if a woman were to come to me and say, that,
can you hear me?
I only wanted this baby because I needed this baby to love me back, but I no longer want it. Okay, great. I'm glad you're of conscious mind to make the decision that you no longer want the child. Let's go ahead and foster the child over to a parent. And now let me help you, because I hear you emotionally. As a woman, this isn't what you really wanted to say to me. This isn't what you really feel deep down inside. So let's talk about it.
Exactly.
Through that mentoring, I can then get her to a place of undeniable love for her child, and she'll get that reciprocated back, because it's greater than at that point just that love that immediate love that she needed. stop trying to throw women away because they say stupid shit.
No, we ain't throwing you
And-
away. Say,
And
say
stop trying to
wait.
detach from women.
No. Saying,
Men,
hold up.
men
Wait.
say stupid shit all the time.
Saying stupid shit. saying stupid shit is one thing, but
They
throwing
say
them
shit up.
away is a different thing. Because check this out. I've been
Can
in
I
a
say something?
You can, but I've been in a situation where dealing with a woman with a child, with kids, right? Knowing that I could take care of the baby better, but to spite me, she cut off her nose. She keep the babies over there and mistreat them. You understand what I'm saying?
But all women like that.
And nobody, huh?
All women ain't like that. Y'all can't put that on us.
No. Nobody said all women.
He did,
Your man, Mr. Lego, said it.
Let's finish.
but he did.
Yes, we can finish. We can finish.
Saying that.
Mama.
Can I tell you what triggered me from the
Idiot.
what I did watch? I did not watch the whole 7 minutes.
All right. Talk to her.
Okay.
Speak on the girl first.
He said, I'm trying to get him right. I ain't gonna be able to get it verbatim, but paraphrasing, basically, he was saying that women say men manipulate them into having babies, but they don't. I am living proof witness that men do manipulate women into having babies. Not all men, just like not all women,
Right.
but people, we are individuals. And I know the person that manipulated me into having their child growing up in the streets of Brooklyn, he didn't expect to be alive by 25. And I feel like he did it so he could leave something behind just in case he was not here. And I guess all I want to say is young and dumb.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to be there for him, with him.
Right.
This was the plan. This was the goal. But he didn't have the concept of what that baby meant, what that
Exactly.
child meant.
Right.
Nothing
And
wrong
the
with that.
responsibilities behind it. So what's
Nothing's
the
wrong with that.
difference between what she said, wanting a child for
She's
just that
right.
love, and
She's right.
you're right, she's right.
No, the experience is right.
I know
So-
she's right.
So when you speak to that guy, right? When I say that guy, I'm talking about that kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna say you men, right? Because you're talking to that specific kind of guy. When you look, some things like I could say this, right? If I say mankind, did I leave women out?
Nope.
Okay, they included. So you're looking at that specific kind, right? You're looking at that kind of person. And when you speak about that kind of person, if you've seen somebody else doing that, you're like, you men, man, y'all always doing this nonsense,
You're
manipulating women into
But
having a baby.
I'm a big cheerleader for doing away with the categorization, the generalization of a class of humans. We do it to men, women do it to men do it to women. When they are encountering a woman that is chasing them for their money. Now all women want my money. No, all women don't want your fucking money. That woman and those women wanted your money, but this one doesn't want it.
Well, you know, when you look at this one, you're looking at the needle in the haystack.
No, it's not.
No,
No, it's
no.
not. The
Y'all
women
tripping.
that don't chase the men for their money are a majority.
Yeah.
I'm not tripping.
But y'all don't go.
You
Y'all
gotta
don't
think
go
about-
looking for
well,
those
you
women.
Listen,
Y'all don't go
You
looking
gotta
for
go
those
back.
women.
in the
They
history
like
book,
gold diggers.
Who is y'all? Whoa. Who is y'all?
Y'all,
Who
when
in the
women
same
were the
generalization?
primary provider and the root of the house.
why?
Because
Queen.
men were taken out of the home.
This too easy.
Okay.
Why would
So-
wait? All
So
men were
we've
taken.
been doing this
you said,
for years.
Wait, did you just categorize all men? Because you said men were taken out.
Yeah,
of
I
the
did.
home.
I
So
did.
all men were taken out of the home. Don't throw me no softball. Don't throw me no softball. Too easy.
I've been trying to say soft. Some.
Right.
Come on.
Some.
Not all. That's what I always say. Not all.
Right.
Lee Peterson.
And I say it all the time. Don't loop me in with them type of women. Don't classify me with them type of women.
But don't classify all men.
Right.
See? So it's always not all, not all, not all.
Yes.
Like I could say all women are smart. We know that's not true.
Right.
But when I'm talking to the Queen Ice, the experience, and Miss Parker, it's true to your type of woman.
Right.
And that's what I'm speaking on. So I'm not speaking on, every woman on the planet is smart just because I talk to y'all. No, the women that y'all are, the women that's like y'all smart. So I'm going to say, you women smart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's meaning the categorization of y'all type. That's it. It's not like I'm saying every woman on this planet is smart. We know they stupid. You know what I'm saying? We not. So
is the smart ones the needle in the haystack?
Exactly.
Oh my
They
God.
are not. They are
Right.
not.
That's the point.
Okay, so
that's why
let's do a quick survey.
That is why.
Let's do a quick survey.
That is why the generalization comes into play, because you think you're speaking to a majority when you say certain things.
You are.
And
No, you're not.
You're not.
So let's say this then, right? when I say the smart ones are the needle in the haystack, right?
Right.
If we did a survey with our eyeballs tomorrow, right? And we go on social media, is the majority of the stuff that we see women put out going to be smart or goofball shit?
On social media?
Depends
all.
on
I'm only saying social media because we all can connect at the same time.
But it depends on where you're looking on social media.
Exactly.
Where are you
Because
looking
also depend on
where are you
who's
looking at?
in your news
who's
feed.
in your feed based on what you watch and what you like and what you comment on.
Okay.
Exactly.
So if you see a bunch of goofy shit, right? Does birds of a feather apply?
No, it doesn't.
Well,
and that's the point.
Who's in your news feed?
Goofy
Birds
or
of a feather.
No.
The shit that I put out there is gonna be shit.
No. The shit that I find entertaining is for entertainment. Social media is entertainment purposes only. Okay. So if I find it
For women
entertaining
for women like y'all.
that guys are dumbasses and I like to see you fool yourself, that doesn't mean I'm classifying all of you men as dumbasses and are class clowns and like to make a fool of yourself. Same reason why I see projected a lot of men on social media are sexually motivated and driven. Every time I'm interacting with a man, it's, oh, you're beautiful. How big is your ass? How big are your titties? But I don't feel that just because that's what I see on social media that all men think that way.
Do you think the majority of men think that way?
No, absolutely not.
The minority of men only think about you sexually.
Yes.
Absolute lie.
Oh my God.
What about y'all? Do the majority of men think of y'all sexually?
The majority of men think of us sexually.
Yes.
I think they do, whether they say it or not. I hate it because it always makes something awkward.
I'm with y'all. And not all. But it's still, but even they said they got the majority.
But you know what? Like,
it's not all.
Facebook say all black men is freaks.
Huh?
Right. That's what I see all the time. All black men is free.
In my inbox, I wouldn't get on Facebook and say all black men, all they want is some ass and some titties.
Because everybody that slide in the DM trying to slide.
And the majority of the men that's in my inbox, that's what they ask for. Don't know me, ain't never met me, ain't never shook hand.
They don't care.
Right.
They don't care.
You look good and you got big titties and a big ass. They ready.
Right. Exactly.
So
that's all it takes.
Majority, the minority ain't not like that. But the majority of the men, yes, they are.
So
on social media.
So the ones that's not looking at you in that sexual manner are the needle in the haystack.
On social media. Yes.
On social media.
That's what I'm saying.
Rare that you find a man on social media that don't want to hit that.
Right.
It's weird that you're gonna find anybody that don't want to hit that.
Who? What you trying to say? What did you trying to say?
So he's saying step outside of social media.
Hey, if she flipped them braids one more time, she coming through the phone on you.
Hey, look.
What you trying to say?
You Miss Parker.
Right.
You Miss Parker. You know what I'm saying? You Miss Parker.
Y'all gave me that name.
We gave you that
You
name
gave
for a
it
reason,
yeah.
though.
You the
Why?
one gave it up.
All right now.
Keep on going to that goddamn stone.
Right. That's
Oh,
stepping
man.
outside of social media and walking your ass down the street.
And here I am calling her Miss Parker. That's not your name?
No.
That's
Okay.
what she said.
Parker. They know what
Huh?
Parker.
Huh? Your phone keep going in and out. Or the
I
thing
said, y'all gotta tell her why y'all call me Miss Parker.
Oh, okay.
Because every time Miss Parker go to the store, she get hoots and hollers.
From the young boys.
Uh-huh.
Them little young 21s be like, hey, Miss
Hey, Miss Parker.
Parker.
Trying to get with her.
We ain't gonna let me
Parker ain't hitting it right, man.
Right. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, that means you still got it. That's all.
Right.
You ain't got to act on it. That's it. That's what it is, though.
Mhm.
McDaniel said, yep. And JJ is laughing her butt off.
I got a question for Born, and I'm probably gonna regret this, but I'm curious as to what the question you had in store for me. You've been letting simmer on that back aisle was for me.
Oh, he's talking about your quotations. You asked the question.
Yeah, I asked the question about the man and boy.
Yeah, the difference between a man and
Because
a
you
boy.
kept
Oh,
on
this-
saying men. Because you kept saying men. And
Because
so
there's, I mean,
man and boy.
I mean, and I don't put this just with men, it's with women too. You got sheep's and wolves in sheep's clothing.
That's peace.
You know what I'm saying? Like, prime example,
You gotta go.
and this is a little off, but recently in the Houston area, in the school district down here in Houston, an incident with a 6-year-old little boy. I posted it in the group. An incident with a 6-year-old little boy on the bus with 13-year-olds. You know, a boy doesn't recollect the consequences of his actions and doesn't see the
I didn't see it. Did you just post it in the group?
yeah, it's a current local news story down here in Houston.
Okay, I'm gonna check it
The 6-year-old boy was
You talking about the little boy that got sexually assaulted?
Yeah.
By some girls?
No,
by some other boys.
What?
That baby was 6 years old.
And what I'm saying, I forgive me for tying that in because I know that's random, but you can tell a boy when he did something wrong and he doesn't understand that it's wrong or what he's doing in the heat of the moment is wrong. A man, when you put his fault to him, he has no other choice but to look at that fault and analyze it and try to do better. That's the difference between a boy and a man. And I say this because I'm somewhat close to that area where this happened at. I grew up in that school district, and one of the boys accused, I don't know him personally, but I know his family, and he doesn't understand that what he was doing was wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Sexual assault?
He doesn't understand because he's a victim. So when you have, it's a generational curse. When you have men out here teaching or showing these boys the ropes in life, and they not really themselves taught, it just sets into motion a bunch of stuff. And the same thing with women. You got women out here teaching women, raising women that's not really women themselves. They still have a mentality of a girl. And I'm not trying to group y'all in together. Don't jump down my throat. I'm not trying to call women together. I'm not worried about no minority, majority, none of that. What I'm saying is what I see and what I've seen as a youth. Since a youth. Remember, I came up under my dad and I thought hustling was the way to go. I thought being a dope boy was the best living in the world because of what I seen my daddy do every week. We at the mall buying Jordans. Every week, the refrigerator and deep freezer is packed out full of food.
When did you find
Every
out?
year, my daddy had a new car. So I thought a dope boy was something you did.
When did you find out?
You
that
know,
was something you
I
didn't
got
do?
homegirls right now. They mamas been playing men all their life and getting money out these men all their life, and that's what they doing.
When did you find out that was something not to do?
In my 20s, the first time them doors closed on me and I couldn't go nowhere on my own.
I heard
No,
that.
you didn't. Hold on, man.
That
Hold
I
on.
was about
You're
to
not
say
gonna let him run that one, huh?
No.
that was the I was gonna go back to that with the girl in the video giving up her baby. I was gonna say, like, just because, like Tina always say, age does not make you grown, and being a female does not make you a woman. But I thought about it from the perspective of, if that was my son, baby mother, I would have been like, get your baby, because you don't want no broken little girl responsible for raising a child, period. The fact that she could only see the kid as a baby already shows you that she not mature enough to have a plan for what she wants this kid. And I was a young mother. I was pregnant at 19, had my oldest daughter. I mean, yeah, my oldest daughter at 20. And Lord knows I didn't know what I was doing, but I had vision for my daughter.
Mhm.
And I wanted her to see things that I never saw, go places I've never been, do things I've never done. And when my daughter was 25, she decided to go spend a year living in New Zealand on her own, just because. I didn't know how to get to that place, but I knew every step of the way I wanted to raise her in a way that she would be a little bit better than me, even though I didn't have help from her father.
And that's the
So,
way.
yeah, I was just saying, so the difference is real between men and boys and women and girls, and it's not an age thing.
Yeah, but that's
No.
that's exactly the way I seen that video too. Because ever since I was young, and if Mr. Simmons on here, he can tell you that ever since I was young, I was saying that if my kids have a child, I'm taking the child because I know they might not be responsible enough to raise a child, right? Because it's more than just, it's almost like, the abortion laws, right? With abortion laws, the people who say that abortions should be illegal don't think that life does not stop after birth.
Right.
Life keep going, right? So some women may need to have an abortion
Right.
because they might not be able to maintain mentally enough to be able to take care of a 10-year-old, right? They probably could take care of a 1 or a 2-year-old, but then at 4 and 5, like we see a lot of times, we seen a few years back, remember the girl drowned the baby?
Yeah.
She drowned the baby, and we seen other worse things happen. But a lot of times people think life stops after birth. You dig what I'm saying? And it don't. It keeps going.
Right.
And like you said, that's the way I was looking at that video. If she don't know how it go, right? We gotta step in and say, hold on, you don't need this thing. Yeah, they did that, and they did it to a 10-year-old over in Ohio. Did recently too.
Judge denied a 14-year-old's request for an abortion twice.
Yeah, they do that because, and this is outrageous.
They doing it down here in Texas.
Yeah, they do it, man. Listen,
Like it's girls literally leaving Texas going to Mexico to get an abortion
and possibly get killed.
Right.
Because everybody that's doing an abortion is not going to be the right way.
The legitimate way.
You remember at first when they was doing the butt injections? That was putting cement in a lot of women's butt.
It was.
Fix a flat, yeah. Hey, and that leads to Kale's statement. He said, "Flat ass women get married more than fat ass women." Go ahead, Miss Parker.
I'm supposed to laugh at that.
No, but
that man crazy.
They was wild. Miss Lindsay, how you doing? It's good to see you on the channel. Thank you for coming in. Keep coming. Keep on joining us. We're gonna keep on trying to entertain, educate, and give you a little reflection on yourself. So keep on coming in. Mr. Simmons said, "Yes, indeed, that has been Born Power Allah saying for years. Yeah, for years we've been going down this road for forever. I don't believe in irresponsible people raising children. I don't believe in that. And I believe that if they know that they're irresponsible, take the child. Like I said with with the Queen Ice, look, I'm not giving you any room to think about it. Give me the child while you together. Because I don't want nothing to happen to that child. I don't care who it is. That could be your little cousin, your your grandbaby, whoever it is. You're gonna take that baby before this person get to
Right. And that's what I
abusing.
said. Like, you don't just
Yeah.
take the baby and then throw away the mother.
No, we're not
You know
gonna.
what I'm saying? Like the young lady that said she wanted the baby
That's that
simply
emotional
for
though.
somebody to love her.
That's that
That means she
emotional.
never got love or never knew what true love felt like in her life before.
Man, I've been trying to say that all night since you played that clip.
And
That
that's
girl
So
has never been loved,
right,
never
right.
knew what love was.
The child from her, you gotta help her heal. You're only solving half the problem by taking the child.
But that's that correlation about the emotional tie.
Right.
The emotional tie. So that's being able to take somebody in emotionally and let them know that you can handle them
Help them.
and protect them emotionally.
But
So-
see, you know what I see? You
Mhm.
know what I see happens in some similar situations. The father
Mhm.
takes the child and leaves the mother to do what she wants to do. He hasn't heard nor tried to attempt to meet her emotional needs because his focus shifted. His focus shifted into it's go time. I need to step up and I need to raise this child because baby mama ain't got her shit together.
The father is a little different though, especially at a younger age. The reason I say that is this, and hear me out on this, y'all. The father becomes a little different at 25 than maybe at 35 or 40.
Mhm.
If a guy becomes a father at 35 or 40, he might know how to deal with the woman too. But the guy at 20 or 25, him and the woman might be going back and forth argumentatively, right? So when they arguing all the time, he might not be for that. She might not be for that, right? And he might say, let me get my child out of a volatile situation.
Right.
And now I take it over here. Whatever you do, you do. But a guy at 40 might be, or 35 might say, I'm going to make sure the child is right. And we're going to get you together too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is age plays a big part. I know, like y'all said, it don't play a part in some things, but age plays a part because more times than
Bless
not,
you.
experience, which I say is wisdom, comes with age, comes from your studies, comes from you watching other people's examples, right? So you got more wisdom at 35 or 40 than you do at 20 or 25.
If I may interject, I got a cousin who's 43 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He had his one and only child back in 2003 with a girl he had fell in love with and decided to marry in a 2-month time.
He was 43 when he had the child, or he was 20?
No. He's 43 now.
Okay, so he was 23 then. Go ahead.
Yeah. When this girl wound up pregnant, they had been dating for like 2-3 months, fell in love, decided to get married. She wound up pregnant. All of this in one big hurricane storm.
Mm-hmm.
And when the baby was born, my little cousin Chris, he wasn't even 1 year old. And some way, somehow, my cousin's mother and his grandmother talked this girl some way into giving up her parental rights. Said that the baby wasn't gonna have a chance with her. She can barely afford to take care of the 2 kids she got. She's an unfit mother. They didn't want, they basically coerced this girl into giving up this baby to her. Well, years later, she moves away to California with her 2 oldest daughters. When you look at them now, one daughter is enrolled in USC, graduating with a bachelor's in biology. The other one is finna graduate high school and go to Duke. My little cousin Chris is doing nothing with his life. His father was never there. He bounced around from one family member's house to the next.
What does father do?
His mother is a bank manager for Bank of America, making close to $100,000 a year.
What did you say his father did? I didn't hear what you said. He said it went out.
His father, my cousin, has never been able to hold a job in his entire adult life.
So who fault is that? Who fault is that? Because that
ain't mine.
No, not yours. The unit. You said
my dick didn't do the crime.
No, you said the mama, your cousin, the aunt, which is his mama, and somebody else coerced
and his grandmother.
Yeah, coerced the girl into giving up the baby, right?
Yes.
as a unit, man. No disrespect to your family, but that was the stupidest shit ever. Knowing that this guy wasn't eligible.
Hey, don't worry. I take no offense and no disrespect because I've been very vocal about it.
Yeah.
Because this girl went to California, moved back in with her mom, went back to school, and like I said, she started off as a retail as a teller. Now she's a manager.
Yeah.
And she's a financial advisor. You know what I'm saying? So you told this girl she wasn't gonna be shit and she couldn't take care of her kids, and she went and showed the whole world different. Meanwhile,
her son fucked up.
He fucked up. He fucking up. And the sad part is, he 19 years old with an NBA young boy mentality.
So you could have shot the dice and let him go with his mother, and he probably would have did better like his sisters.
Nature versus nurture.
You see this comment on the screen? Here we go again. It's getting ready to kick me off. I don't know if this is me or StreamYard, but
it's a balance with parents and women nurturing, and the man gives structure. The man has to nurture too, though. The man has to nurture too. A man's way of nurturing is different from a woman's, but a man has to nurture too.
She ain't lying.
We lost the experience.
It did kick her off. Okay, so we're gonna say the last few things and then we're gonna dash.
Yeah.
But hey, look, okay, we can finish this up in the chat. It's a balance with parenting, women nurturing, and the man gives structure. And that historically that was 100% accurate. You know what I'm saying? The man gave the structure, like you just said, the man nurture as well, but the man part of the nurturing was more the structure and the discipline, and the woman was the nurturing, which was learning the child a lot of different stuff in the beginning. And so, but that, I mean, yeah, you're right. So we are right. Everybody is right on that one, and that was good. Mr. Simmons said, "Great show again, y'all. I have to catch the rest of the show later.
Appreciate the advice."
Hey, that's peace. We done hit our mark, y'all. We done hit 2 hours. I haven't eaten since.
Damn, that was quick.
I didn't eat this.
It was quick.
Hey, when somebody teases you with a good time, it go fast.
It does.
It go fast.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. Hey, I want to watch a 7-minute video, and that shit was taking forever. You know what I'm saying? The video, hey, 1 minute went past, and I was like, damn, it's only at 1 minute.
Look, I really, you know what? I feel secure in saying this because I'm by myself in this building. I ain't did shit since I walked in here, but empty a few trash cans and clean one bathroom. I've been in the bed. I done had my feet up on the teacher desk. I didn't even redid somebody's homework because they multiplication was wrong.
Oh man!
Hey, you did.
How they gonna learn if you doing the work for them?
Hey, I believe children are the future.
You did
teach them well and let them lead the way.
Hey, you did the best thing you could do, man. You joined our show tonight.
Yeah.
I nurtured.
You did too.
I nurtured.
Mm-hmm. And Miss Parker, we enjoyed you jumping on. Miss Parker, you ain't said no. You didn't give us no what's name. I didn't get no notifications last week.
Oh, I haven't did anything yet.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure because
let y'all know.
Huh?
When I do, I'm gonna let y'all know. Tag us in
it. And when I tag y'all in, when Mr. Let Go live, jump on. I'm gonna tag.
Why you storing shit?
No. Hey, Miss Parker, jump on for me.
It's a method to his madness.
It's a method to the madness. So I'm gonna tag you too, Jay Easy, Mr. Simmons, Kev.
Don't be getting me hit by no stray bullet from Miss Parker.
Man,
you know Mr. Parker be throwing bricks at the back of the Cadillac.
Hey, jump in. We a team, so we all jumping on there. All right. So when I tag y'all in it, when it come on, I'm gonna tag everybody in it. Kev, Miss Lindsay, Mr. Simmons, Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Perry,
the experience,
Winter Storm.
Don't forget my daddy.
Yeah, that was Mr. Mitchell. That's Mr. Mitchell. June, everybody.
I be that baby, Pappy.
Oh, JJ, well, have a great rest of your evening. It was great to listen to all of it.
Today I learned something. All right.
That's peace, JJ. We appreciate you so kindly. When I tag you, just be ready to jump into the show. Jump in, and if he hit the what's name, I want y'all women to jump on, have some fun, especially Queen, the experience, Miss Parker, and then we're gonna back them up, Jay Easy. All right. You got me? Do it. Just do it. We got something to do.
Power in numbers, y'all.
Yes, we're gonna do
Keep
it.
the
Hey, so I'm gonna say peace. Born
I'ma
Power
say
Allah.
peace.
Queen Ice. We
Blessings.
out. Jay Easy.
See ya, Jay Easy.
Thank y'all. We'll be
blessings.
back again soon.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Love you too, boo.
That was to her, not you.
I didn't even see it.
Good.
Good.
Peace. Peace.
All right.